Welcome back to the Suka podcast, everyone.
Oh, hi guys, it's me.
Hey, it's me, Sam.
It's me. Hey guys, it's me, Luke.
It's Luke, Sam.
Hey guys, it's my first time on this podcast.
We've got
Just
a special
kidding.
guest.
Special guest. Go. Hey, I don't want to cut you off. What were you gonna say?
I thought you were a special guest. You confused me.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry for the little confusion there. I forgot I was a host on this podcast as well. Ooh. That's a little uncomfortable.
That is.
Wow, dead silence. This is a little uncomfortable. Cricket noises. Sorry for that little mix-up.
This week, we're just going to be talking about the future of filmmaking and what we think it's going to look like, and then also a little bit of a blast from the past, a little history lesson from me. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a history lesson.
Sam, you guys look at Sam and you're like, that's a film guy. No, that's a history buff.
History?
Not really, but Sam.
Not very good at history.
Sam has been doing a lot of history research on the past of film.
The more of the innovation of film, like
and
stuff new that was going
it's like
on.
I didn't know Sam was just this dreamy history guy. Cut the dreamy.
You ever seen Harrison Ford?
That's pretty much Sam.
You know the professor from Indiana Jones?
Not the actual Indiana Jones.
And then we're also going to talk about at the end what we've been doing with Cinemet, which is our film company, if you don't know yet.
Little spoiler alert, I did a wedding from these people from Africa. And let me just a little tease. I'm going to be showing clips. If you guys are listening on Spotify or podcasts, or if you're just on YouTube and not looking at the screen, first of all, what are you doing?
You could be watching us.
You could be watching. Look at our faces.
Look at this.
You want to look at our faces. But what I was going to say is I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit of a tease because I was recording while I was doing photography. So if you're serious,
cheater.
You can't do video while you're doing photos.
That is illegal.
Oh no, I was doing an illegal film technique.
I'm gonna call the cops on you.
Sam, don't please.
And then at the end, we've got a little surprise for you guys, and I'm not even gonna tell you what
Oh my gosh,
yet.
I literally
don't
was like,
say it.
Guys, I'm not gonna say what the surprise is, but can I please, Sam?
No.
Okay,
not yet. At the end, we're gonna tease him and tickle him.
Okay.
Oh. Didn't mean it like that, guys. That was weird.
All right, Harrison Ford, minus the Indiana Jones part, give us a little bit of your film history that you learned this week.
Okay, so basically where it all starts is from a little movie, 14-minute movie called A Trip to the Moon, which is a French movie.
Well, let me just give clarification. Sam's about to bless us with film history of the film industry because we're going to be talking about what we... Boom! That was a massive bomb dropped in you guys.
History bomb!
What we're going to be talking about is he's giving us all this history because we want to talk about what is the future of filmmaking. OMG!
OML. Oh my lord.
Sam.
Sorry.
Jeez.
I'm really sorry about
OMG! Oh my...
Gosh.
That's if we're just like those words. If you guys don't know acronyms, we're also giving you acronym drops.
LOL. Lots of love.
No.
BTW.
No.
Be right back.
This is gonna take us down way too dark of a road. I cut off Sam's history. Let's go back. But just a little tease. Maybe the future of history could be something with VR. That's just going in my head, and I'm trying not to go a million miles per hour right now, but my energy is on fire because this thing we're going to tell you at the end, your mind is going to be blown.
You are not prepared for what's going to happen at the end. But right now, let's take you down a trip of film history lane.
Dang, Sam, take it away.
Let's take a little bit of a trip.
Okay.
So let's go all the way back to unknown date.
Take me back.
Okay, I don't know the date. Just imagine you're really old.
Oh, I can imagine it.
You're in France.
It's so hard to hold things without shaking.
Okay, so this movie called A Trip to the Moon was a French movie, and it was one of the first like fiction-based movies where it was like a story, and basically the story was these scientists.
Wait, it was the first movie?
It was not the first movie.
First movie in France?
It was the first like fiction movie.
Oh, but
so
like,
it was like
non-real.
Yeah, it was the
like,
first.
Yo, I know that alien's not real, but it's in the movie.
Yes, exactly. It's a wild storyline. Let me give you the quickest synopsis I can.
Give it to me.
So scientists create a bullet to shoot at the moon through this like mile-long gun.
Oh my gosh, I know what that is.
And
because I'm a film
it
guy.
hits the moon. The moon has a face, and the moon just like bleeding.
Oh,
and then they go on the moon. In the moon, there's this guy, or there's like these aliens. They get kidnapped by the aliens. Then they fight the aliens, but the aliens. It's
Just
crazy.
what was important about this?
It was the first time that they had
The
made it.
fiction,
Yeah,
right?
it was the first time they had taken something that isn't possible and made it real.
And this is 19.
I don't think so. I'm bad at dates.
It happened sometime before now.
Sometime between BCE 0 and modern day America.
Okay, so we have a trip to the moon. What comes after that?
So the thing about that is they used all set design and all it was basically a play, but it was filmed.
Okay.
So everything was 2D, but they made it look 3D. The bullet is just a plank of wood, but when they're loading it in, it looks like it's an actual
the way
bullet.
they shaded it and stuff.
So everything, it looks cool. And
I wonder if we could do something I bet we could.
It looks.
Oh my gosh, we could make it so dramatic.
Oh yeah.
Ah! Green screen our face into a moon.
It's fully silent. The movie's fully silent. Not a sound. Audio listeners, see tonight.
Did you just show an audio listener? No volume showcase?
Yeah.
No volume showcase.
No volume showcase.
This is one of the episodes. If you're on podcast or Spotify, get off, get on YouTube and watch us, Suka Productions. Watch it. And also watch some of our old videos. Just a little plug. Just a little plug.
Pretty funny.
Okay, so we go to the moon. Now
we go to a different moon. And I'm talking Star Wars, baby.
When he's good with his words.
So, in my mind, the next big step in innovation... Oh, actually, wrong. I'm so sorry, guys.
Ooh.
Green screen.
Green screen.
Green screen.
Sam, by the way, if you viewers looking on the video, Sam's cheating with the note.
I got notes right there, guys.
He has notes right there. He's cheating.
I needed notes. But so the next step was green screen, and the first movie to use that was called The Great Train Robbery. Another completely silent film, and very minimal use of green screen.
Silent films are epic.
They are, because it's hilarious.
No, this is what a silent film's like.
Wow, you're really good at that.
If again, audio
listeners, he was going.
Don't even tell him what I did. Oh, that's funny. Audio listeners, silent films are cool. Sorry, guys. I just like to kick in and give my opinion.
But it's hilarious. It's not meant to be funny, but the silent film genre is just always funny.
Yeah, because they're like.
So this guy gets shot. This guy gets shot by a robber, and he goes from squatting down on the ground, stands up, does a 360 around with his hands in the air, and falls over. I died laughing. Yeah, it was hilarious. But there's not that much green screen. It's literally a window in the top of the set that shows a train going by, and that's the only use of green screen.
That was the first green screen?
Yes, that was the first time green screen was used.
Well, green screen, for you people out there that have zero idea, it's a green screen, and what you do is you stand in front of it, and you can you key out the green light. That's why if you ever hear don't wear a green shirt on a green screen, because what they're doing is they're taking that color out, and you're basically putting this black screen basically in editing and film terms means blank and nothing's there. Like you can move, I have this picture of the
moon.
I have a picture of the moon.
Moon reference.
Moon in the back. I'm standing in the front. We have a camera in front of me, filming me. Green screen in the back. Moon's behind me. It's not really there. You're just taking the green screen out and putting something there.
But you got trolled because you thought the moon was there, idiot.
Yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, I thought that was the real moon.
A great example of green screen is
Bad Boy Outlaws.
I was gonna say Taekwondo Fu.
Two great films by Sam.
You would not know those were green screen.
Oh my gosh, our first example using green screen is so funny. It was this movie because we had training gis and we're like, for Taekwondo, because Sam and I were Taekwondo boys, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, we fight hard.
We're pretty tough. If you picked a fight with us...
Oh, sorry, I almost ripped my shirt.
If you picked a fight with us, number one, whoops.
Oh, big mistake.
Oh, bummer. You just
got clapped.
You just got absolutely destroyed because we took Kung Fu. Don't know if that's...
Were we 8? Maybe.
Maybe we only learned when we were 8, and then that didn't go that well. We had this Grandmaster Smith.
He's
massive
scary.
dude. The first thing they told me when I walked in, they're like, oh, here's a photo of him breaking 14 bricks with his hands. So I was like... Okay.
He also had missing fingers.
Oh, yeah.
And I misbehaved one time, and he told me about his war stories.
Oh my
Scariest
God.
experience of my life.
I did not
I
know
was
that.
so young.
Well, he used to be like, all right, guys, we're doing push-ups today. And then little did we know, they're like, yeah, give me 100. So we'd be up and down.
We were the fastest. We were
Sam
the best.
and I were just playing the system up and down as fast as we could.
Well, they would sometimes, I think it was before you were there. I did it with Noah, my brother. And
Shout out.
And he would tell everyone else to do like a certain amount of push-ups. Then he would tell me to do more because I would do them so small and
do
fast.
the mini push-ups?
Yeah, because I didn't know. I was like, I'm so good at this.
Well, and number one, it's impossible to do that many push-ups when you're that young.
Yeah, but okay. So getting back on track, we
have to explain Taekwondo. They want to.
Oh, yeah,
the people are like, oh, Sam, why did you try to draw me away from Taekwondo?
Taekwondo was a story.
It was like a kung fu. So it was like we combined Taekwondo and kung fu. We did one video. It didn't do that well. It was like training to become. It was like joking, training to become kung fu, Taekwondo, Taekwondo plus kung fu, Taekwondo. Oh, excuse me for that big yawn. I'm a tired widow boy. Sweepy widow boy.
I'm a sweepy widow
Noah
boy.
came up with that. Sam's brother. Shout out again.
Shout out Noah. Noah, great guy.
Sorry if our energy's a little crazy. We're just feeling good because this thing we're about to drop at the end is like, wowza. Some of you may know it out there.
Yeah, we like to tell.
We like to share. But getting to finish this Taekwondo story, Sam and I are out in a field, or out on this hill. We have two friends with us. Oh my gosh, I'm a yawning boy.
You better stop that.
Oh my gosh. So we're up on this hill filming. Our script is like, it's so long, so complex, and we go up and film on a hill with an iPhone and a iPhone tripod, and we had a sword. And, oh my gosh, it was a lot.
It was wild. Story, it was set up to be a longer series, and the story was basically, there's a super, like, powerful sword that these two idiots
Blade
find.
of Yao Xingming. I'm not lying.
Yep. we were ballsy.
And that works. Yao Xingming.
Yeah.
Noah came up with that.
No, I'm just saying, we were ballsy.
Oh, yeah, we were ballsy. But we were doing this outside, didn't get filmed correctly on an iPhone. We get back home, and we're like, oh my gosh, we need green screen. So we ask our parents.
So we made an intro.
Ask our dads. Can you hold up this green screen outside for us? Oh my gosh. That's, number one, that's hilarious. Can you hold this up?
We had
for
our
me?
dads stand on ladders.
Sam and I are firing off in our training gis, doing fake punches. And then I, in the edit, spent 50 hours editing our thing together to make it something. We had Sam's dad be God in our world, where he gave us the book that told us about the sword, and then the story. There's so many things went into it. And that was our first green screen experience.
It was
and then that led into
wild.
Bad Boy Outlaws, which all of you obviously know because it's an absolute hit cowboy song about Sam and I being absolute bad boy outlaws.
All
okay,
right.
back to the history.
Back
lesson.
to history. Take a trip down the yellow brick road with me to, oh shoot, I should
Wizard
know
of
this
Oz?
year. 1971?
I'm not the history
73?
guy. You're the history.
No, but Star Wars.
Oh, 77.
77.
Jeez.
Gosh dang it, guys. That's really embarrassing for me. I wish I did.
I think, I'm pretty sure. Some of you out there would be like, I'm actually was in 69 releasing a separate theater. Or I think it was.
So that, to Luke and I, we love the use of miniatures. And
But we've never done it.
no, we've never done it, but we love them.
I actually did use Playmobil one time.
That was epic.
But yeah, miniatures we're obsessed with.
Yeah.
Because Wes
in
Anderson.
Star Wars
was
one of the first to use miniatures, especially at the scale.
Well, they used miniatures and CGI
Yeah.
combined. Jeez, I am yawning a lot. This is uncomfortable.
This is awkward for me.
And you and the viewers are in that same mode.
Ooh. Viewers, can we get rid of this guy?
Mr. History Teacher, why are Star Wars miniatures so cool?
Because the way they used them was so interesting. Like it was especially was in space that they would use them. With A New Hope was the forefront of the future.
I'm kind of a geeked out on this because if you haven't seen Light and Magic on Disney Plus,
Gosh,
it's so good. That's why we know a lot about miniatures. And they would set up these huge models, and if you shoot close to the camera with a low aperture, or a high aperture, An aperture is pretty much that your camera. So like this would be a high aperture is small and a low aperture is big, and that's how much light's coming in, and basically that's controlling how much blur. And basically you want small hole, high aperture, low blur, which makes these things look huge. And what they would do is shoot these either behind green screen or blue screen, which is the same thing. You're just removing that color. And what they do is set them up on these rigs that move. Then they would set their cameras up on rigs. Right now, I'm schooling the teacher, but the teacher already knew this.
The teachers watch
I'm a
this.
teacher's assistant.
I'm almost through watching Light and Magic second time. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, second?
It's so good.
It literally went. So what they would do is put these on a machine, and they would move through with the camera moving at the same time, and it would create this illusion of the ships. So usually like the ships would be backing up and the camera would be either pushing forward or backing up. And what it would do is and they would turn them slightly so the ships look like they're flying. And it was this super huge idea. George Lucas, created Star Wars, needed a CGI team to create this movie of Star Wars, and no one else could come close to it. Like, he's like, no CGI place, no visual effects can do this. So he created something called Light and Magic, and they did this for Star Wars, and that led to the doors being pushed wide open.
Yeah, and then
Light and Magic worked because George Lucas and Spielberg were friends, and they just created so many things.
So many other huge, like, amazing, beautiful movies use them. Lord of the Rings, oh my gosh, I love those miniatures.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
so cool.
And that's not Light and Magic, but that's...
Yeah, no, that's completely separate.
They use miniatures in Lord of the Rings. These
Wes Anderson.
Massive miniatures. But that's kind of... So this idea isn't the past of filmmaking, it's the future. And it's like, how did these things pushed film forward? And the question right now is... We have amazing visual effects. We have these next level things. And we're not done with the past. I think you still have a couple more things you want to mention.
I have a couple more points. But before we get into the future, what we're going to talk about.
Don't cut me off like that. I'm leading this, okay? We're looking what the problem is about thinking about the future is there's so many amazing things that have been pushed forward. And it's almost at the point of, this is so improved, I don't know if there's anything else that could make this better. And we're going to be looking at that idea. But teacher, I think you need to give me another lesson.
I'm going to have to dock you 10 points for interrupting the teacher.
What?
You're at a B- right now.
Really? I had 110 extra credit points because I'm a cool kid.
Looks back at 100%. Okay, so next we want to look at...
It's time for you to get schooled.
Shut up. Okay, so next we're going to look at CGI. And one of the coolest uses of CGI to me is Jurassic Park.
CGI is computer-generated
image.
Just so you know.
Computer-generated image.
CGI, computer-generated image.
Gosh! That's embarrassing.
Oh my gosh. Computer, stop!
Oh, wow.
That's so embarrassing.
I'm blushing.
Well, okay, so we can't really say the C word now.
Yeah, we can't say the C word. Wow, that sounds bad.
That does, but my Alexa is called computer. And it'll hear me talk about it.
I was watching it.
It'll hear me talk about it.
Okay, so CGI, the use of CGI in Jurassic Park is insane. They used it on all the dinosaurs. And now you can tell, but one of the most insane parts is the T-Rex.
Well, talk about why they had to do CGI. Do you not know why? They talked about in Light Magic. They had the miniatures. They would do stop-motion miniatures, what they did in Star Wars, and it wasn't working for the scale. So they forced themselves to start using the C word, computers, to start using and doing these visual effects on the C word.
Oh
my gosh, I think I should just unplug it.
Probably.
I'm just going to unplug it. This is too... Sam, so you know it now, you remember, right?
So basically, in short, they had the miniatures, couldn't make it work, so they... Okay, it's unplugged. They started using computers.
Ooh, that's scary.
And one of the most insane uses, and they still did use the models in the miniatures to some capacity. Like for the T-Rex, they had a model T-Rex.
But they never used it in the actual film. They just had it.
The head when it's moving in the trees. That's not CGI.
Oh, didn't know that. That's why I have...
Knowledge drop.
That's why my teacher's schooling me right now.
But yeah.
But Jurassic wasn't the first use of CGI.
No.
That was just like...
Not at all.
I don't know what was the first CGI.
Guys, my research didn't go that far.
Oh wow! So we don't know when the first CGI was. All we know is that was a big thing.
Yeah, because one of the most insane things people still are like, wow, is the T-Rex So when the T-Rex, spoiler alert, when the T-Rex breaks out of the...
Oh, the Jurassic Park is ruined for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You didn't give me a spoiler. Now I know the dinosaur wins and kills everyone.
Spoilers.
We just keep spoiling that back and forth.
Okay, so what was like incredible is like they had done rain and like they'd used it's hard to explain, like, because someone who did a really good job of explaining it and like they tried redoing it as well is this channel called Corridor and
Corridor Crew.
Yeah,
their main channel is Corridor, and they just like look at CGI and computer stuff.
If you're interested in CGI,
they'll
stuff,
explain everything.
It's very cool.
They're very talented and good.
But yeah, it's a very cool use of CGI there. That made me laugh.
What? Usually Sam's brustling my toes. This time I got his knees.
Sorry.
This time I brustled his knees.
We just sometimes under the table.
Under the table, mischief is happening under the table during this podcast.
You can see our hands.
Now, okay, teacher. Oh, there has to be. How do you improve creating any graphic you want, creating anything to happen, lighting your stuff on a computer, saving edits on the computer,
there's
creating
nothing
models?
else you can do.
How can you improve filmmaking more? Oh, teacher, how?
All right, let me drop a little something on you. MADOLOIRAN. I added a letter in there. I'm sorry. Mandalorian. That set is awesome. And there's been movies that have used the LED screens.
That's what I was about to ask.
The LED screens are a way of bringing in a set.
Real lighting.
Yeah.
Because the problem's lighting. In computer CGI and green screen, the problem's lighting. Can't get natural lighting unless you really try.
So what this is doing is instead of going to a real location, it's like bringing the location and the lighting to you. And the way The Mandalorian did it is they had a full circle LED screen setup. So it would be like the actors and...
Well, they saw it in the thumbnail. If you're on YouTube, you're going to see it on the thumbnail.
You see that?
It's literally a screen. It's like a bunch of TVs put together in kind of a curved shape going around. And what it does is if there's a light source here, it's lighting my face over here because the screens are putting light, nothing over here. Yeah. And it's replacing the problem with green screens. Like it doesn't feel real, doesn't look real. But having these screens, you can literally go in there with the camera and it looks like it's such high quality. It looks insane. Like it's literally happening.
Yeah.
And the cameras now are so high quality and technology is so powerful.
Technology
is so good that it literally, you can go in there with the camera. The cameras track in a digital file about where they are and put it behind. They did it in Batman. And what it does is...
I was going to say that.
It kind of what I wish we were talking about more is why these things are created to solve problems. And there's a lot less problems now. The problem is that there's a lot less problems to solve.
Yeah.
There's a lot less boundaries to break. And they needed this LED screen because of lighting problems, and they're innovating. And it's always hard to find, okay, we're shooting in the desert today, or we need to shoot in this place that looks like a Star Wars world. Oh, it's either raining, it's dark, it's cold, it's sandstorm, whatever, cloudy weather, dealing with all these roadblocks. Having those LED screens, like, I'm going to jump over that
Bringing the set to me
for $60,000.
Yeah. Which actually, in my mind,
do you mind if I ask them? Does anyone have a spare LED screens that, like $60,000 worth of LED screens? Please, guys, we really want it.
Please.
If we beg, can we please have it?
So now we're caught up on most of the big leaps, jumps, and hurdles that we've come through in filmmaking. And now we want to talk about... what?
Future.
What's next?
What's next in the film world? So the future of filmmaking is a difficult topic. We just talked about all these groundbreaking things that are happening, and now it's like, well, what does that future look like? And one of my ideas is everyone nowadays, and this isn't saying we're not, this is everyone, it's snap. You got to have everything you're watching. It's fast. It's got to be good, and it's got to be in a short time because you're going to get you're scrolling. Most of the time, it's scrolling the next thing. Watching movies is one of the most difficult things, even for someone who loves movies, because it's like, number one, it's got to be good. I got to be able to sit down, and it's like forcing myself to get engaged.
Often if a movie doesn't grab our attention, I mean, we'll still watch it, but it's
the
like
best movies don't grab my attention right away.
No.
So it's like, this is such an issue. And Sam and I have talked about this. How can you make this process something that's I have to go to the theaters to go see?
Yeah.
And I was earlier this year, I was at Universal Studios, and they have this live performance, the James Bourne? No, that's so... Oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing.
I don't know.
Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne.
Oh my gosh, thank goodness. I was about to be disowned by every single filmmaker in the world. Jason Bourne, the Bourne movies, about this live action performance. And basically what he's doing, he's running in place, and there's these LED screens we just talked about, and they're moving behind him while he runs, and it starts to look real. Water gets splashed. The water splashes from the ceiling. This immersive theater experience. And the whole time I was literally like, it was live action combined with that, but I was like, if there was a movie and I was watching it, and every once in a while there was a wind gust or a fire gust or a water gust, it would add this another level. But while Sam and I were talking about this, we came into the roadblock of, well, you get into older people or younger kids or someone that's like, I don't want this fully immersive. Like, I want to be fully immersed, but I don't want to get wet.
Yeah.
I don't want to get wind. I would want to be able to sit and relax and be comfy and eat my popcorn and not have it, okay, what if water gets in the popcorn? Or you deal with all these things.
There's all kinds of roadblocks. And like Luke had said, the future of filmmaking and how it has always been is it starts from a problem that's being solved by something. And at the stage we're at, it's hard to create problems to solve. And like Luke was saying, the problem we think of right now is fast. We need fast pace or
not even
constant.
Just engaged to a level of like the difference of our movies is when you're there, it feels like it's real. In an unposted podcast, because we had some file issues, this is early on before this. This is episode 3. Obviously, you know that. Sam brought up the idea of having a theme park layout that you walk through the movie. Will you explain that idea again?
Yeah. So basically, what I had said previously, is imagine. So every theme park is based on one idea. Not everyone, but most of them are based on
like Disney has all the Disney movies. Or Universal Studios is kind of like a bunch of different.
But what
movies.
if you changed that from going? This is based on these things to the theme park is based on this one thing, and you go in the. It's not like there's a movie already. You go in and you experience the movie through the theme park,
and it would never change, though, right?
What do you mean?
Like, so let's say that they're doing this. Let's just say for some reason Jurassic Park never came out. Now it's coming out. Okay, the movie's going to be you walk through the park, you see dinosaurs, something goes wrong, you have to walk away or run away. You deal with the problem of, okay, yes, young kids can enjoy it the same level as older. Or like people that are like wheelchaired, something like you can't walk.
It's hard to make something accessible for everyone when you're trying to change it so drastically.
And your problem is you're going to build all these sets, and the movie is only going to be popular.
Yeah.
So you're almost talking about the future of theme parks.
Yeah.
Which I think you're onto, and I think that's right.
I think
that I think that's we save that for another conversation of building, because Sam and I love Disney, love theme parks. So getting into like that is something we really want to do in the future, and we think we will do, because we're very optimistic about pretty much everything.
Theme park.
And it works out for us. But what is your thoughts on VR movie theater?
To me, the only thing I worry about with VR is what if someone's just really dumb and they cannot figure out how to watch it? Like, they're looking at completely the wrong direction.
Oh.
Let's explain. If you're not stupid, trying to like always turn to where the stuff is.
Oh, no. So let me explain what type of VR I'm talking. I'm talking you're in a virtual theater. You have seats next to you. Maybe we sell something that's like a chair with a big headset or something.
So basically, instead of like
massive idea. Big dome goes over your head. That just audio spiked so hard. Big dome goes over your head with these LED screens. And you're looking around and everywhere's in there.
What if instead of that, it's more like, how do I explain this? More like an egg. Where you go in and you sit,
and it's
a movie theater seat. Around you is everything a movie theater has.
Just in your own Those would be
in your
probably
own house.
so expensive. But
yeah, it'd be like $10,000.
But still, it's like you'd buy one and then you have access to all these movies. Oh, did
Yeah.
you get the new model? New model comes with heating. New model comes with air conditioning. It's like, wait,
New model comes with the smell of baked popcorn. Popcorn.
Just the smell. No actual food.
Just everyone hates it. It smells.
I hate the egg.
I tried getting rid of it.
But with the film, what I was talking about with the VR film theater cinema is it would be like you put on the headset like you're in that world, and it wouldn't be the big egg. It would just be like you sit in. Maybe it's a more complex, like, excuse me again. This one comes with big earmuffs, or not earmuffs, big headphones that are like wider, surround sound plugged in. Maybe the visor's a little bit wider, so it like goes from the corner of your ear all the way out. So it really has that wider, like you feel like you're immersed.
Are you kind of talking about like the roller coaster experience in VR, but like
but
a little bit
better, like a heightened version?
Yeah.
And having the big theater in front of you, because they had in the PS4, they have a way to play video games called in theater mode, which I don't know if you've ever done this. It's where, because I think VR's the future of entertainment, because we can't just, Sam and I are not just all about film. We also want to entertain in all ways we can. Like, if that's just like Disney did. So it's not just through movies that we want to be. We're not just, at least my goal is not to just be, and I think Sam's with me, is not just to be, I want to be a director. I want to produce things. I want to be doing this. I want to build a theme park. I want to build this company up to be something.
Really, our goals extend past like
film.
Just anything.
Yeah, just keep.
Anytime we set a goal, we're like, all right, let's just one more.
Yeah, just keep. Like, I want to see us have a theme park. I want to see us have movie theaters.
I want to see us own a cream soda business. I want to see us reinvent. Oh, yeah.
Sam and I really like cream soda. We want to have our own
cream soda boys.
We're cream boys. That sounds funny. But having this theater cinema experience would be like, all right, our company's going to give out these. Sam just got a notification. That's embarrassing.
My girlfriend, I'm sorry.
That's embarrassing. Wanted to have this experience to have a visor. Maybe like we're releasing these things with super high quality, like $1,000, and you have access. Oh, this thing only has right now. We're only going to give access to our movies, and people can pay us to put their movies on our system. Now we're drawing in all these people. It's like, okay, you like creating something like that would be revolutionary.
That would.
While also having, because Sam and I have the film mindset, and through our business right now, Cinemet, we have that mindset.
Sorry, I didn't.
You just made hard eye contact, touching my toes again.
I didn't even break. I was like,
I know. I was like, what? So having this, Sam and I usually have something that we're looking to grow and be successful in money-wise, and having a business, because that's fun, but also having let's still be directors. Let's still create films. But I'm not even as drawn to being a director as I am producing other people's ideas and our ideas and saying, you know what? You're better at directing than I am. You do this.
Yeah.
You're better at this. I want to find and put the right people together to do things. And those are kind of our main future filmmaking ideas. If you have any filmmaking ideas, please go. Sam, our mic brain is called Samson, and Sam covered up the sun part, so it just goes Sam, and he just slow panned his microphone to me. I can't not laugh.
Sorry, guys.
We're just boys. You're just hanging out with us today.
I cannot.
That's what we want it to be. We want lots of laughs and gigs. Same way. I can't even do that because if you notice, my microphone is a little bit bigger.
You can really tell on the camera.
I was also putting it closer. Yeah. So we talked about future filmmaking, and as much as I want to keep picking our brains about that, I think we can still talk about that throughout the rest of this.
We will probably always talk about what the future is looking
now
like.
People kind of have a general idea. Now you can ask yourself, well, what do you think? Do you think VR is that way? And if you have comments, thinking about it, or email, literally.
It's really interesting. There's something like you can do. You can message us anywhere.
You can message message us anywhere. And this is also a reminder, if you made it this far, you definitely should subscribe, right?
Yeah.
Subscribe just so you can be notified when we post other videos. Now I'm getting a little sidetracked because I had one goal today. I wanted to talk about this wedding that I did for these people from Africa. So I'm second shooting for Michael Cook Photography.
So good.
As we usually are. He's literally the best. He's going to be on this podcast. We're forcing him. I was second shooting for him, and we were about an hour away. Mishawaka, Indiana. Name drop. I don't know why that helps you guys. So I'm driving about an hour away. I go to this house. It's the bride's house, and they're getting ready. There's so many people here, and right now, people from Africa, let me just tell you, I've experienced one of the nicest people. Everyone's like coming up to me saying hi. It was super fun. Worked with these really cool videographers. Got to talk with them. I'm always judging the videographers because I'm like, yeah, you guys don't really need that shot because we do videography for weddings too at Cinema Studios. So that was really fun being at. And something that African weddings do is they start singing, and I'll show you in this video. I won't have any audio. And I highly recommend if you are on audio to go to YouTube and look at this because they're kind of walking down so the house is out in the porch. There's some stairs down out to the car, and that's the bride's in her dress walking out. All the girls that are family members and friends are singing these like chants from like these cultural chants from Africa, and it was such a I literally had chills. Like it was such a like
sounds so cool.
There was like 50 people. I still haven't shown Sam the video. I'll show you after this. Sam hasn't seen it either.
I haven't heard of this in depth either.
Sam and I told us we're gonna not reveal stories so we can tell the other one on, so like you can ask questions as the viewers. So you can you and the viewers are friends. I'm above you. So we're doing.
Oh, dang it.
So they're going out, and I set up my phone in the corner because I was like, I gotta capture this. And so is Mike. Mike had his phone out recording. He's like getting it. She's walking down, and they laid out. She can't walk on the grass.
Is this before or after the ceremony?
This is before anything. She just was getting ready.
So this is at the bridal house. Going
to
the car to go. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they were going to the park then to the ceremony because they wanted to get photos. But they lay out all these like cool cultural sheets, and she's walking, and they're singing, and she's singing with them, and they're looking at it. And it was funny. They kept yelling. They're like, get this photo. But they didn't realize is Mike was right next to her getting the photos. And I was like, oh, that's fine. He's getting it. I don't know why they're so worried about me capturing. I was like, no, Mike's the main guy here. I'm just here for the second. Did that. She walked out, and I was like, okay, this is kind of epic. I was like, wish I was doing an African wedding, because I was like, all other weddings are pretty boring in America. Yeah. It's the same thing every time. And I was like, should weddings be a little bit more spicy like that? But then it's like, well, what would we sing about? Oh, say, that would be cringe if that happened. So it's like,
I cringed when
I was
you
just
said
kind
that.
of disappointed in like, I was like, I don't have culture like that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, that was really cool to see from being in that completely different world and seeing that. So then from there, Mike sometimes doesn't, and I know he's not even watching this because Mike's so busy. Maybe he is listening. Maybe
he's listening to it on half volume
on his
just
Tesla.
Playing.
So
Mike, I didn't even get to ride in your Tesla.
Sam's never got to ride. I got to ride in a Tesla.
No, it's gone.
Oh, it's old.
Tesla is
I think the
gone.
new one's pretty cool too. Mike's.
I'm sure it's
Tesla.
cool because it's a Tesla, but it's
yeah.
I didn't get the classic ride.
So Mike is you got a new Tesla. Sam's super jealous of Mike and his Tesla. So Mike's like, here's the address, 20 minutes away. Send me in a place I've kind of been in this area, but not a ton. And I was driving there. And he's like, do you mind doing all the groom photos on your own? And I was like, gasp. I was so worried.
Yeah.
And so like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay, I guess I'll go in. Went up, and I thought the groom. I didn't, because I learned from you. I knew his name was Dennis. I knew it going in, but I didn't know what he looked like. I did not go in firing like you. Hey, Dennis! Because the one guy that was looking at me and saying hi to me, I was like, this is the groom saying hi. Little did I know the groom wasn't even in the room yet. He's like in the bathroom. And I was like talking to the guy. I was like, yeah, I was thinking, I saw this area outside. I think it'd be a cool spot for photos. And he's like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, I thought he'd be a little more excited. Then he walks in. They're like, hey, are you going to get the photos of the groom? And I was like, oh, yeah, obviously. I was just checking my camera. So I went over to the groom, met him. Super cool. Dennis, you're super cool. It was at this church. It was more of a traditional thing to always have it at a church, the ceremony. The lighting was a little weird in there. But I went outside, did all the photos. They were super cool. They all had, like, sunglasses, really cool Ray-Bans. and I was doing shots. I found this cool stone wall. Then I found this cool pond, did all of that, and it was super nerve-wracking. But Mike has taught me well, and I was good about directing him. And Mike was actually, I was very proud of this. Mike was like he thought my photos were very good, which I was like, yes. And then he also mentioned, he said the sports stuff you've been doing were good too, which that was a very proud moment because I've been absolutely working and hustling.
Luke's been doing a ton of sports photography and videography.
It's been helping grow our brand a lot. And that kind of leads into...
We've got a big announcement for you guys.
Wait. One last thing, and then forgot to talk about this wedding. Then we'll say the big announcement.
Sorry about that, guys. Luke just teased you.
I just teased you. Oh, how does it feel to be teased?
Whoa.
So when they walk down for the ceremony, they do these long... Okay, I don't know if it was it felt to me from a non-cultural white person, a cultural dance of them like playing music and doing maybe they're just dancing, but they had these synchronized.
Were all of them doing the same dance? So
it was first guy did a dance, then both the parents did a dance going down, then they paired up the best. What are those all called?
The groomsmen
and bridesmaids all did a dance together. And I think I have video. I'm going to try to show it. But they did these dances together, synchronized. And it was super cool going down. And I was like, this is so sick. I was texting my girlfriend I wish I was African. I'm just taking videos and photos this whole time while I'm actually supposed to be taking photos. And that was it. And then Mike didn't need me after that. And he said the ceremony is around 3 hours. Normal ceremony is 40 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, that's a long
3 hours is a long
ceremony.
time. He said everyone just kept doing lots of speeches. So maybe that side I wouldn't like as much. The dancing, that's cool. I like the dancing part.
Wouldn't want to stand for 3 hours as the groom. Just stand there and have people talk to you.
Yeah, guys, can I please just...
Bring me a chair.
Okay, you've had enough teasing.
Oh,
the teasing is
We're done teasing you.
We're done teasing you.
There's a big announcement we're about to drop on you.
Well, let's just reveal. So, about 3 months ago, my cousin was in town, softball player. They live in California. They were here, and I did a video and photo for her. My uncle kind of mentioned the idea to me. Oh, I think this would be cool if the rest of her team had something like this. That sent a little trickle of hope down my brain for me to tell Sam, let's go after getting flown out to California and doing sports. At this time, when I first told you that, what was your thought?
Okay, but initially, was it like that? I
Yeah.
feel like it was more of something a little bit more set in stone. I think, was it not?
I pushed it maybe a little further with my uncle.
Yeah, I think that you had...
I said my uncle is going to try to get us out to California.
And we were going wild.
Sam and I were like, let's go!
I mean, so there's been a lot of ups and downs with this. Because for a while there, for probably 2 months...
So what we're telling you is obviously we're going to California.
Yeah, we're going to California.
Oh, it's literally 90, I'd say 95%.
95, 99.
We're calling my uncle tonight to finalize flights. You're going to see vlogs. We're going to be in Cali.
It's going to be so
in 2
cool.
weeks we're going out.
Yeah.
You're going to see photos. You're going to see everything. Just stay in touch with what's happening and just stay connected through Suka. But Sam, what were you saying? Sorry.
So what happened was Luke
the
and I
ups
got
and downs.
really into it. And we were writing up contracts and
we
trying
took a lot of
to
time.
get... Yeah, we were trying
You put
really
a lot
hard.
of time into that.
We wrote out a contract and we were doing invoice for them, what it would cost, trying to figure out what the equation would be of how many X amount of players would cover our tickets, or did they cover our tickets?
And my uncle didn't even use the contract. He said he just asked families, which is probably the better idea.
Yeah.
But Sam and I are like, let's cover our.
We just wanted to cover everything.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it if he didn't use it. It's still happening.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna be on the call tonight to figure out if we're gonna even make any money. Right now, I believe we're gonna make some money and get flown out.
Yeah.
Even if we lose some money, if we lose
fine with that.
$50, I'm fine getting out to California because we're gonna connect with people out there and see what it's like. We're gonna pitch ourselves to someone in California about, hey, would you want to hire us for your company, or can we cover your company here? Or how could that work? If we get to meet with him, hopefully we do. We have a connection that won a short film, an Oscar for a short film.
Yeah.
And went to USC film school. We're going to try. I want to check out USC if we can.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
I want to go to In-N-Out.
I want to go to In-N-Out too.
And
I'm worried though because everyone craps on In-N-Out when they try it for the first time.
I've seen almost the different. But that's all we're going to say.
Burger review.
I want it to be good. Burger review.
Okay.
We just want to tell you California is happening, and it's going to be awesome, and it's something super important to us because we're in Michigan, and if we can get flown out to do a job, that's signifying to not only us, but our family, people around us that this is don't doubt. And I feel like we're almost pros at making sure people don't doubt us. Like, the amount of people that say, I don't think you could do that has been very minimal. Because if they are, they're cut out, and we don't give them time.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really happen.
And we just absolutely are like,
I don't like them.
They're the worst. But even like that amount of people has been so minimal. And
yeah, it's not even like that.
We've had a ton of support as well.
Oh, yeah, lots of support.
Shout out to the fam.
Shout out to the fam.
The girlfriends. That's really it.
We've had a lot of support. Right now, the players are becoming very supportive of the athletes. A lot of that's being converted over to cinema from Suka, so that's great to see. This podcast is pretty epic. This is a high energy. I think it's going to be more like this. Sam and I are starting to get the flow of talking, keeping it light. Sam absolutely killed it going into with this information, which I think we need to I think we need to keep doing with topics because it just helps us flow.
Yeah.
And if you guys like this, show it some love, give it some likes, give it some comments.
If you guys want to keep watching, guys, Saturday morning 7 a.m.
Saturday morning 7 a.m. We're going to come out with our next episode, and you're going to hear when we are going to Cali, baby. We will see you in the next podcast. This has been Suka Productions. Have a good rest of your day.
Out.